Oh, yeah, man. Feeling good. Ooh, I love it. Well, good morning. Good Saturday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Each and every one of you. Because without you guys, we wouldn't have hit 60,000 subscribers yesterday. Shout out to each of you. Every man, woman, and child. And even you freaking trolls that hate me for being part of that. So give yourself a hand. It is on up to 70 and beyond as we continue to spread the word, the truth about the Dallas Cowboys. And here it is. We are in week number 11 of the NFL season. It's Saturday morning. I feel great. Had a great night of sleep. Woke up next to an angel. And that happens, man. Hey, you are a rich man when that happens. When you wake up next to your partner in crime on a Saturday morning with my JMU Dukes. Shout out to JMU Dukes, who the NCAA has said, sorry, even though your team has gone 10-0 playing Appalachian State today at 2:45. Even though we had college game day there in the Pat McAfee show, even though you begged and said, please, sir, can I have a ball game? You said, sorry, we're not going to do the right thing. We're not going to change our rules for JMU. Who cares that you're having a historic season for your team? Who cares that you've got people following along and that the state of Virginia is trying to sue you in court? Our rules are our rules and can only be broken by us. So shout out to JMU, who all of the seniors and all of the players that this is their last chance. And for some of them, for a lot of them, for most of them, this week and next week will be the end of their football careers. And it would have been nice for that team that if they can beat the last two teams and have a perfect season, it would be the perfect ending to end up being in a bowl game. Understand JMU moved from the FCS to FBS last year, and they have dominated. So hats off to JMU. Let's get the win against Appalachian State today and continue and finish up the season next weekend. In the meantime, I'm going to say that from here on out, that this is playoffs. Yes, this is playoffs. From here on out, every single game is a playoff game for the Dallas Cowboys. Hear me out. I know it's the Carolina Panthers. You're saying you're having a playoff game against the Carolina Panthers. Understand this. Every week is a chance to prove that you are one of those teams, one of those 7 teams in each conference that deserves the right to be in the playoffs. And as we've learned, there's a difference of home cooking and being on the road. The Dallas Cowboys have, for the first time since Charles Haley famously said Jerry Jones has built a house for losers, that we actually have a home field advantage. The Cowboys are scoring and averaging 36 points at home, not so much on the road. Our 3 losses this year on the road. It behooves them to do everything in their power to try and get as many, if not all, home field games at AT&T. And that's where you say, you cannot have a hiccup. You've got a loss to the Eagles. You got a loss to the 49ers. That means you have to be 1 game ahead of San Francisco. You can't. You lose a tiebreaker to San Francisco. And you got to beat the Eagles the next go-round. Now, regardless, the Cowboys will be a playoff team. But if the Cowboys can get home field advantage in a bye week, like the Eagles got Daniel Jones and crew for the first game, and Brock Purdy got injured in the second game, that's a heck of an easier path going to the Super Bowl than it was for us to have to play on Monday night in Tampa, where we destroyed and maybe we left too much on the field, and then have to travel on a short week to San Francisco to play our nemesis that we have a mental block against. This game is important. If the Eagles have a hiccup, against Kansas City, against the Bills, against the 49ers. They just need one. Just one. And we play them December 10th. If we take care of our business in these playoff games, then all of a sudden we're tied up. You got a chance to get it. But we must first take care of our business here in our playoff games. And that should be something we should handle. If we can't beat the Carolina Panthers that right now are bad, and I mean really, really bad. People will say, man, they got a great pass defense. Well, the reason why they got a great pass defense is because nobody's passing against them. You can run the ball. This is a get-right game. This game should be, we're featuring the running game so that way we can get ourselves back on track better than where we've been. The thing that's been interesting about this whole offense is it seems like each game has been a feature, something different. We're just trying to get everything up to steam. Okay, it's kind of like when you start up, I would imagine like a reactor and stuff. You gotta get this thing going before you hit that thing going. You got to get the water pumps to make sure the water is pumped for cooling is going. Okay, so you got the cooling going and everything else, and so you're starting each of these things to finally get the machine up and running completely. I guess like pulling the choke on your lawnmower, right? You got to pull the choke. Okay, so we got that going, and then you pull the string. You're pulling the string and pull. Okay, now it's going. Now you got to move the choke down to run, and so on. There's multiple steps to getting the machine going at full blast, and that's my point because we looked at first game. The defense was playing great. Okay, defense was lights out, and it seemed like the tight ends were the first thing we were trying to get going. The tight ends in the running game. The running game has been spot on and off, but hasn't been what you would really like. For a man that said, I just want to run the football, the running game isn't quite there yet. Then you kind of worked on getting CD going because CD was kind of pouting and all that. So now CD has got his gloves. He's got his gloves and his towel at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So you got him going. And then the next thing to come online is you got Brandon Cooks online. So now you got him online, 171 yards. Okay, so now can we get the running game on board? Oh, you got Jake Ferguson going too. Jake's been doing pretty good. He's headed for about 700 yards, give or take a few. 700 yards and becoming really good. And you're getting Peter Henshot back too. So we can do the tight end by committee and hopefully more 12 personnel. And then you also got Dak Prescott going because you went from being just a stationary pocket passing team to all of a sudden moving the pocket around, getting Dak to run, and things. And all of a sudden everything is kind of beginning to click. Now, this is an opportunity to say, their running stopping ability is not good. We can work on our blocking schemes. We can work on getting the running backs hitting the holes and recognizing it. Because in the end, the problem in the NFL, I remember back in the days, and no, I didn't wear a leather helmet, okay? Although our helmets were kind of those funny ones, and we did have those funny crossbars and stuff when I first started in Little League. We practiced live. We tackled people to the ground. It was like game intensity, intentionally, multiple times. The reality is the only time players tackle anybody is in games, period. You don't go full speed in practice. I still don't understand it. To me, it's like practicing for a NASCAR race, driving 55 miles an hour all week, and then all of a sudden have to go 200 on Sunday. You're going to have a lot of crashes. And so the games are where you actually will get your most work. And this is where the Cowboys need to work on the running game. Now, there's not a whole lot. I mean, everything's kind of going good right now. We have everybody healthy. Tyron Smith is getting less practicing and more games in. He's good to go. He's not listed on the injury report or anything like that. In fact, our injury report is pretty damn clean going in here. In fact, for us, knock on wood, going this late in the season, having an injury report like we're having is not the norm. It's kind of crazy. It makes me wonder is maybe the football gods are looking down on us. I still would like Jerry Jones to finally put Jimmy Johnson into the Ring of Honor, try and get some extra karma going. But, Jerry Jones is stubborn as can be. But we're going to end this morning with, God, Bart Scott. Can somebody explain to me why Bart Scott is actually a commentator who's supposed to be an expert? This is the same guy who said, I'd let Dak walk and I'd take Teddy Bridgewater. You'd have a better team. And followed it up with, I'd take Jameis Winston over Dak Prescott. Because Jameis Winston, he ain't never had any of the help like Dak Prescott's had. And now, and I bring this one up because we've got Eagle fans that are saying that the tackle on Dallas Goedert was a cheap shot, was a dirty play. Understand, back in my day, I tell you what was dirty plays. When you dive at people's knees or their ankles, where you're intentionally saying, like a high-low block, where that, and actually they kind of taught us this in high school too. The center's engaged with the guy standing him up, and you go right for the side of the knee. That's a cheap shot, okay? That's where you're intentionally trying to destroy somebody. The tackle that was made on Dallas Goedert, he's getting pushed in the face, pushed away, and he's grabbing for anything he can grab. And when you are running full speed, two bodies that are just going at it, that are two machines, shit just gets tangled up and things happen. You can't expect people that are 250 pounds or 300 pounds that are flying full speed, getting tackled and going to the ground, that they're not going to get injured. Hell, some of you can't walk up the steps without getting injured. So Bart Scott is now literally equating the tackle on Mark Andrews as the Roy Williams horse collar tackle. He wasn't even anywhere near the guy didn't get past his butt. And when you're spinning and running and churning and all that, you're grabbing for anything that you can because you get a missed tackle, you're getting your ass chewed out. You are getting paid to get a guy on the ground. But let's listen to Bart Scott because, he's saying horse collar tackle means you get your hand inside of the shoulder pads and you pull the guy backwards. Okay? Horse collar. That's the horse collar of your shoulder pads. Your hand is in there pulling a guy backwards. And that's where you get these catastrophic injuries as your body's being jacked backwards. That was perfect.
We start with Adam Schefter. Adam, what more can you tell?
That was perfect. He literally told Bart Scott, you're a freaking idiot, okay? The only way that you're going to stop that kind of injuries is flag football. And maybe we're headed to flag football. I don't know. But you're talking about guys that are moving and intertwining. When the objective is to get them on the ground, you have to get them on the ground. That wasn't necessarily a dirty play. I'm getting grabbed, and I'm being pulled. I'm running. Your bodies are just going to be flying all over the place. It sucks. It sucks that Mark Andrews is hurt and out. It sucks that Lamar Jackson, but unfortunately, this is the nature of the game. It is a war of attrition. And that's all I have to say about that. In the meantime, I'm going to go down here, sand this floor, varnish it, and I'm going to get back to the man cave because we're going to be barbecuing tonight. That's right. We're going to be barbecuing. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies, as we get ready to start week number 11.
I fire Howie. Fucking fire. Motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker! What an idiot! What an idiot! Dallas has Amari Cooper and Gallup, but we don't need a receiver. Are you kidding me? I don't want Justin Jefferson. He's ass. He's stupid. I fire his ass. I fire his ass. Howie's got to be stupid. What are you doing? You just let Dallas take him. You